Super quick future spells check-in to use for visualization and manifesting. So, the feminine energies are healing from past wounds of unrequited desire. So, the feminine energy is taking some time alone, going on Imrama. That's I think it's called like Imrama is like a pilgrimage, basically a soul journey, a journey. The feminine energy is journeying, and the point of the journey is to heal the past wounds from unrequited desire. And what is being realized by the yin energy or the feminine energy is that they are actually so happy that all those relationships that broke her heart did break her heart and didn't work out, because she has met now her future spouse. They're not together yet because, well, that's just not really what it's about with her future spouse. There's no chasing, there's minimal game playing, and the love that she is going to share, or the yin energy is going to share with the yang energy, or her husband, or future spouse, or future husband, or future masculine energy is one where it's okay to, it's just gonna flow together, it's like the feminine energy has released her pain, and she's still healing, she's still in the healing process from the past wounds, and realizing that her future spouse, it's not gonna be like that. It's not gonna be unrequited. So, feminine energies, you're doing a great job, okay? You're really healing and transforming your life at a very fast pace, so give yourself a hug. All right, the masculine energy. Okay, so this is interesting. So the masculine energy had been living a life, see these masks down here? He's got a lot of masks. The future husband here, or the male energy, doesn't have to be the husband, it could be the wife, or it could be whatever, but the yang energy, the masculine energy, has a big mask collection. Okay. They do have worldly success, worldly abundance, which is good, because this masculine energy is a man. It's, which is a good thing. But, in order to have success, worldly success in our world today, you have to wear a mask. Because our society is set up in a way that if you're going after worldly abundance and success, there's a lot of, you have to tailor yourself. Like, you have to be able to put on masks and do things you don't want to do, or do things that aren't authentic to you in order to achieve the worldly success. So essentially, you need to sacrifice parts of yourself in order to achieve parts of yourself. And the way your masculine energy did this is just by putting on a mask that wasn't real. And so this is a reality for everyone in our world. Okay, everyone has to do this. We are slowly moving toward the ability to live an authentic life and not be homeless, and still have. We are moving toward that. We're at the very beginning stage. So it's gonna take a while for us to get there, but you know, the masculine energy, your future spouse, and you know, put it where it goes, has taken off the mask, okay, for right now, but you sort of see he's sort of like he's letting go of the masks in a big way. He may have been in a marriage that was he was wearing a mask in the whole time, like it wasn't even a real relationship because it was just an illusion, because your future husband wasn't bringing his true self into the relationship. He just put on a mask so that, you know, if it was a marriage, I honestly, you know, I think that he must have been getting some sort of worldly abundance through the marriage. So it was basically, it was an entirely transactional marriage. Whatever the male energy in the future spouse, you know, they're asking about whatever thing was blocking, whether it's a marriage, a relationship, a job, you know, a friend group, a lifestyle, whatever was blocking, you know, y'all coming together in the 3D is was just about transaction in the sense of worldly success. So like basically the male energy just didn't have, there was no authentic relationships in his life. Every single relationship in his life he had to put on a mask. And the reason he did it is because he was gaining power, money, status, quote unquote status, stuff that he was just basically in the rat cage, okay, which is just all bad. Like, money isn't bad. Like, for the feminine energy, you know, wants her future spouse to be good with money, to have money, and to be able to make money. Like, that's a good quality, but it's not everything. Like, money, when you make money, like, everything, and you make just, like, and it's, you take it too far. Okay. And I'm not going to go into it, but really bad stuff happens when you make money be the only thing that matters. All right. It's just, there's nothing wrong with money. I love money. Definitely, like, the feminine energies here, you know, they're okay with, you know, they don't need to prove themselves, the feminine energy here, in terms of worldly abundance. So your future spouse is someone who will provide for you, okay, financially. The male future spouse energy will provide for the female future spouse energy, and will also, you know, leave it open for the female energy to provide, but the male energy is going to be the primary provider, okay? Because, you know, here we have a free-spirited feminine who's healing and on him Rama and a free spirit. And then, so we have the male energy with all the masks that he's taken off because after meeting you, or after the male energy and the female energy came into contact, and, you know, all of a sudden, like, realized just realized what love is, what sex is, whatever, you know, like, she realized, like, oh my God, like, I was, wow, like, just a mind-blowing love. That's what you share, because it's like, whoa, it's like a love that makes everything make sense and makes all the pain that you've been through worth it. But So the male, your future spouse is going to be he's very savvy, okay? He knows how to, he has a collection of mass, so he knows how to gain worldly abundance. If you look at it, he is gazing into a ball. Okay, this kind of scared me at first, but because I was like, oh no, is the male energy like evil? But no, absolutely not. And I'm going to go into more of what he's doing in a second with the gazing mirror. But this is actually Archangel Gabriel. So Archangel Gabriel is one who works very closely with your future spouse. And he's coaching. Gabriel is coaching your future spouse right now, okay? Because you see here, look, he's taken off the mask. Your future spouse has taken off the mask. And they're gazing into, I think this is a mirror. It's like a magic mirror gazing ball. But he's showing his true face. He's gazing with he's not gazing through a mask. He's gazing from his authentic truth. And so, like, he is like obsessively watching you on social media. Yes. Okay. And he may also use like mirrors to find information and gaze. He may use like some kind of like gazing crystal, which I feel, which he used to use for ill, but after meeting you, after meeting the feminine energy and getting schooled by the feminine energy, essentially, in the most loving kind of way, but your future spouse realized, oh my God, I've been using mirrors and gazing crystals for evil. They didn't really get it before. And so now they're out to impress you. Your future spouse is out to impress you now because they're doing gazing properly, okay? They were using it to cause illusion and confusion and then the feminine energy just is like, oh well, yeah, I'm a master of mystery and mischief, so better watch out. Anyway, you somehow, the feminine energy taught her future spouse how to properly do the occult, and your future spouse is proving himself to you now. You're in that stage, okay? And Archangel Gabriel is coaching him. So just know that your relationship with your future spouse is guided by the archangels and is protected, okay? So I know the feminine energy is healing from the unrequited desire, but it's okay. This is energy from the past. The unrequited desire is not how the relationship is gonna go with your future spouse, okay? Oh my God. Okay, so this is one of my favorite cards in this whole deck. Sorry, this deck is like a lot of nudity. That's why I have crystals. This is my obsidian crystal. This is a jasper. I think it's picture jasper. Shungite. Oh my God, this is a Walden Pond rock. I'm such a nerd. I haven't been in a while, but like every now and then I'll make a pilgrimage or an Imrama to Walden Pond in Massachusetts, and the last time I was there, I got some rocks. This is a Walden Pond rock and a Herkimer diamond, and this is a bismuth. But anyway, so this is one of my favorite cards in this whole deck. If I had to have so this card is actually like the theme card of your relationship with your future spouse. So basically, you guys come. The reason that your connection is so protected is because, like, the two of you coming together is creating universal balance and unity. So just know that you and your future spouse are both powerful people in your own right. Okay. The feminine energy is just, oh my God, should I take the pomegranate? So should I take a seed of the pomegranate? That this super freak that I can barely, it's like, yeah, leaving me speechless, but like all I could say is like, okay, this super freak, so just the feminine energy, just know that you have you actually have all the power. No, you always had all the power, like because this relationship is your future spouse. You met them when you were healed enough to meet your future spouse. Like, that's kind of weird, but I'm just saying, like, you met them because I'm not saying like, your healing is a never-ending process. Like, no one is ever going to be completely healed. Okay, just know that, like, low vibrations are equally, like, there are many low vibrations that are actually superior to the highs of the high vibrations. People have an extremely messed up understanding of hierarchy. Hierarchy does exist. It does. But people really don't get it. Like, and I blame Esther Hicks. I don't like her at all. Esther Hicks is just a manipulative liar, okay, who's keeping you stuck, and in order for her to have success. So anyway, I'm gonna move on. But just know that you didn't chase this super freak over here. He thought you were gonna chase him. You didn't compete. He positioned you to have to compete for him to get his love. Oh. What? That's not something that ever occurs to the feminine energy. Like, compete? What? Oh my God. Anyway. So, and you cut a bitch off, like, you cut the super freak off because you're just like, the super freak over here. Anyway, I think the relationship with your future spouse, got heartbreak out of the way in the first 6 months, okay? So, it wasn't like you met and instantly came together in the 3D. It was like you met and then there was a lot of stuff that had to shift because... Anyway, the feminine energy and... you're both super freak. The feminine energy you are a super freak, and the masculine energy, you are also a super freak. You guys are each other's super freaks, okay? And you were made for each other, okay? And but because your relationship is going to be in the public eye, it's bringing universal balance, and it's bringing unity to planet Earth. So you guys have a mission together as a couple, okay? So it's bigger, all right? It's bigger than just like it's a big deal because honestly, like neither of you saw this coming, and neither of you like you didn't understand that you would be a power couple, that you were going to be a power couple. You didn't quite get it, and because of the important work you guys have the potential to do together. And by the way, the universe and the spirits were very impressed that the two of you even came together this life. That was like a lovely, wonderful, happy surprise, because to find this kind of love is like finding a needle in a haystack, okay? Like, this is very rare. It is very rare for two people who are just made for each other, and like just it's very rare for this kind of love affair to occur, okay? So that's why when y'all met, there were deeply rooted pre-existing contracts that needed to be deleted, canceled, and destroyed. So this relationship got the heartbreak out of the way in the first 6 months, okay, or 2 year. Well, and it could be up to 6 years, okay, depending on how old you are. Okay, and oh gosh, oh no, I'm gonna end it here, okay? Thank you for listening to me ramble. Thank you for listening to me ramble. Sorry, it's hard for me to connect with people on social media. I'm just gonna end with this. Like, I was nice for my entire life, and people just treat me like dirt. And just recently, I'm just like, okay, I'm just gonna be mean. Like, when people come up to me and I have to talk to them, I'm just like, I'm mean. Like, I'm a mean person. They're like, no, you're not. And then I say something like sarcastic, and they love it so much. People I'm just mean now. Like, I'm just a mean person now, because when I was nice, everyone just trampled all over me and treated me like dirt. And since I've started being mean, people love me. They love me. So I don't know if that's, I just feel like, because YouTube is very it's kind of like this on all social media, but like, I did put the crystals over the nudity, but because I'm trying to respect the rules, even though I don't really agree with the nudity rules, but I understand the whole porn thing, but I mean, why? Anyway, humanity needs to be moving into like the acceptance of nudity. I'm not saying we need to be nude all the time, but like, nudity is like a big part of art history. And I just think like we need more art history everywhere. And it's like, we should never like cover up, art history. And so when I see nudity in art like this, it's just like, why you have to cover it up? But it's just, social media is such a mentally ill way to communicate with people. So like, anyway, so I mean, and it's funny because there's like a tarot community, and I'm just I follow a lot of tarot readers. I'm like, because I want to support them. And I do, to a certain degree, like when I support other tarot readers, I expect it back. Like, I believe in the golden rule. And I do have to say, most tarot readers on YouTube are, I'm not, like, a lot of them are helpful, okay, but they're not, this isn't like a mutual community. They're very parasitic people, and a lot of them are love and light toxicity. So just be very wary, like, and I'm not saying that, like, that doesn't serve a place. Like, a lot of them are gifted readers. And I listen to a lot of other tarot readings, and I have found healing, you know? But there's a very small amount of people who are using the cards with integrity. So just be very careful out there, okay? On social media. I'm just saying this to whoever's listening because, like, you know, am I actually grateful that you're listening? Like, I don't know you. Like, YouTube is just, it's kind of like a gaslight situation in terms of viewers and stuff. So, like, just know that, like, most tarot readers are just looking, you know, they're kind of laughing their way to the bank. Okay, so don't let them take advantage of you, okay? And, you know, yes, we all need to survive and eat, and I believe, you know, in supporting people financially, but I've taken a stand here, which is going to really hurt some of you. If you're reading cards for money, you're actually a con artist, okay? The cards should not involve money, okay? Because as soon as you start using the cards in order to, as, like, for money, you become a con artist, okay? Because you're abusing your gift, basically, because you've left healing. Like, I am a healer, and I have never used the cards for money, and I've always said you can't use the cards for money. Like, the teacher who, well, anyway, I'm not gonna go into that, but I taught myself. I've never been to a class or anything like that, but I could teach a class because I know way more about tarot than you do, 100%. But just don't trust people. You know, I there are some lovely tarot readers out there who do charge, but, like, watching tarot readings on YouTube, the ones that are free, that is the purest way to, like, be healed through the cards. And if you're using the cards for anything besides healing and love, you've crossed the boundary, okay? And better watch out, okay? And there's one other thing I wanted to say. Oh, I know what it is. I do believe in tipping tarot readers, like on a donation, no, not a donation, I hate that, but if you want to leave me a tip, that's cool, you know, just because most of my videos helped you heal, and you want to reward me with a tip, That's kosher. All right, over out.